are serving wine at your next holiday gathering, you probably want to impress your guests with your wine knowledge. Well, we have sommelier Matt Steves here. He's going to teach us a thing or two about wine, and we're going to do a little bit of myth busting here as well. Good morning to you, Matt.
Good morning, Rosie.
So wonderful to have you on. What a gorgeous display. What do you got there?
Well, we're going to bust some myths about wine, okay? Because there's so many misperceptions, etc.
Yeah.
So let's start off with corks. So a lot of people think that a cork on a wine, a screw cap on a wine means it's low quality. You need to have a cork for it.
Yes.
That is super false.
Really?
So it's not that long ago that about 1 in 10 wines under cork were flawed. So they had what we call cork taint. So you would open it and it would taste bad, which is what drove people to say, hey, let's find something that's consistent, something that's guaranteed to keep a wine fresh. That's why the screw cap came out.
No.
And super easy to open. You know, you just go like that, you pour it, and boom, you have a beautiful fresh wine. This one's from Ontario. It's a Marsanne.
Wow. Okay.
And just beautiful wines. Keeps that wine fresh. It's guaranteed. Whereas, again, 10, 20 years ago, like a lot of wines were corked, and that was not a fun thing. So
yeah,
just want to get the message across
First
that
off,
you do not need a cork for it to be high quality.
Okay.
Closure does not indicate quality. What's in the bottle indicates quality.
That's what indicates quality.
Exactly.
Okay, what else is an indicator of quality, high quality wine? Like, is it an expensive price tag, or is that just hype? That's the next question.
Good question, Rosie. I would say that it is not hype, okay?
Okay.
Because expensive wines generally mean they've taken a lot of effort to produce, like an Amarone. So Amarone, this
right
beautiful
here.
Massey Amarone, I invite you to smell it. So what they do here is they pick the grapes and then they allow them to wither. It's called a passamento for 120 days roughly. And in that process of raisinating, so these grapes turn into raisins. They shrink by about half. So if you think about it, they need to produce twice as many grapes to produce that amount of wine.
Yes.
So that alone right there adds cost. And then they store it in barrels for years, and then in bottle for years, and then they release it. This is 2018, it was just released.
Really?
So generally speaking, you get what you pay for. And high quality wines like this, great example of it.
Okay, Matt, I can tell you this. When I just took a little whiff, it's so beautiful and full-bodied. I actually wanted to take a dab, put it behind my ears.
Nice.
Like perfume. It is so lovely.
They are very delicious smelling, yes,
It is so wonderful.
And imagine how good they taste.
Imagine
so
that.
that dried fruit character, it's just wonderful.
It just tells a whole story. I close my eyes and I'm like, oh, it's speaking to me.
You're in Valpolicella now.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Okay, Matt, next myth-busting question is, and I disagree with this statement here. It says, you know, Niagara's cool climate cannot create full-bodied wines. Nuh-uh.
Baloney, exactly, complete baloney. They are, it is a cool climate, but it's a long growing season. And thanks to that, in fact, Niagara-on-the-Lake has very similar conditions to Bordeaux in terms of what we call growing degree days. So they have the same amount of heat, basically, that Bordeaux gets. So yes, they're making beautiful big reds, like this Merlot from Kirby Estate. I invite you to smell that. It is 15.7% alcohol, but super fresh.
Oh, yeah.
And it's this beautiful balance of like intensity, but this wonderful freshness that you can only get from a nice cool climate region.
It's fruity.
So it's super fruity, it's very elegant, it's a wonderful wine, So I was blown away when I had this past year.
And that's from Niagara.
It is, exactly.
Okay, next question, myth-busting question, it states that where you store your wine doesn't really matter.
And you know what? So often I go into someone's house and they're storing wine beside the stove or in a or near a window where the light's blasting in, the sunlight. And so the thing with wine, yes, it's super important where you store it because you want to keep it in a cool, dark place. And so this is a fantastic example. Look at this gnarly bottle. This is a beautiful rosé, like champagne, so a sparkling wine made from Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, Nova Scotia, and this was produced and then they put it in the ocean to store it.
Come on,
And
stop it.
and that's why it looks like that.
I thought you just kind of forgot it somewhere.
No, it's not from my basement. That would be pretty bad.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So they stored it in the
incredible.
ocean. Because think about it, the ocean's cool, it's dark, and it is just actually ideal conditions, very expensive to do that, but the wine is outstanding, and it actually really helped preserve, I would say it almost enhanced the wine, and it's just, I just wanted to show that because it's sort of the antithesis of bad storage. Like this is optimal storage.
That's it right there. And can you get this
You can get that winery direct from Benjamin Bridge.
Ooh, nice.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
And the final myth bust is orange wine is made of oranges?
Exactly. And that, once again, is complete nonsense.
Okay.
Of course, it's not made from anything citrus. It is made from white wine grapes.
Oh, wow.
But orange wines, because I wanted to bring this on because they're very popular, they're trendy, but that's a very basic thing for people to understand. They're not made from oranges, they are made from white grapes.
Okay.
They're skin fermented whites. So it's a white wine made like a red wine. And by doing that, what they do is they allow the skins to stay in contact with the juice for at least 10 days in Ontario, but this one was 6 months. So it incorporates that sort of color. They also can get some really interesting aromatic and flavor, like kombucha and really gnarly, sort of interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, so orange wines does not equal oranges.
Okay.
It is a skin fermented white wine, and they're delicious. They're really cool.
Matt, I love how we busted some wine myths there. You really opened things up for us. So now we're going to be like an expert when we're serving the wine.
There you go. That's
Niagara
the plan.
wine, of course, it's amazing. This baby right here, how much does this one go? This is
so
very
that was just
expensive.
released in Elsevier last week. $84,
It's beautiful.
I believe.
Listen, Matt, thank you so much for coming on. Matt
My pleasure.
Steves, sommelier. Now, if you know of a great chef or restaurant you think we should feature on Your Morning Kitchen, let us know. Your Morning Ottawa at ctv.ca.